So we're at the end of day 2, and this is the fireplace. You can see it's now been bricked up with a gap there. That's the ventilation shaft. That actually looks surprisingly well done. I don't have a problem with that, although I happen to know that the bricks are shitty old bricks. And I suspect that it's not bricked all the way back, it's literally just a facing. Okay, here's the next thing that's been bothering me. So, there was left a note for me, which is actually upside down, but you can see there. And it just says, David, please leave the heater on in the bathroom until about 8 PM to dry through the plaster. I replied back, and I actually stuck it up. You can see where the edge is there. I stuck that up there, so it was hanging down. And I said, you basically do not use because I can't afford the energy. Little on smiley face. I came home at lunch to find that once again they pushed the switch down. Good heavens, that was the toilet lid there. They pushed the lid down there so that they can turn on the heater. I turned it off at lunch, and I found it off again when I came home, but I think they've probably had it on because it's abnormally warm in here. So if we come in, this is the wall now. Actually not too bad, although we know that it hasn't been smoothed completely behind there. I'm not a plasterer. I mean, I think it's a pretty good job. I think it's probably ruined by the fact that they hadn't got a flat wall behind. But it will probably last another sort of 10 or odd years. Again, these are the fake walls you can see easily now here that we were going to get rid of, which we haven't got rid of. Instead, we've just plastered over them. Our little hole is still looking a bit shit. And if we look around here, that is paper. They've scrunched up paper and put it in there so that they could get the plaster on the outside to form a sort of square. I don't know if that's general practice. I would think that was a bit shoddy myself. It's not measured, it's just sort of bored through, isn't it? But there we are. On a lighter note, here is the full picture of Fountains Abbey. You can see that this half has been, everything like that has been uncovered this afternoon with the removal of the big shaft down there. They are, of course, going to sort of plaster over this. But I have let Fountains Abbey know, and I have in fact also let the Harrogate Advertiser know, but they haven't got back to me as of yet. It's interesting because he seems to have plastered everything else, but not this. Perhaps he's just leaving that till last. It is a very bizarre thing to find, indeed. And that really is it. The bath, as you can see, at the end of day 2 is here. I don't know how well I don't think it's plumbed in yet. I think it's just sort of standing there. They haven't done too badly. It's certainly nothing that I would complain about. I wouldn't be happy with this sort of job on my own house. But this is not really my own house anyway, so long as it's better than before, which it will be for the time that I need, I don't really care too much. But I think it probably is still a bodge job. But there we are. That's everything as it stands at the end of day 2. And what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to seal off this with black tape here, all the way across it. And if I find that there's been any tampering with that tomorrow, I'm actually going to phone my landlord and say, look, this is not on. You cannot use this unless you want to, in which case you should be paying for it. So there we are.